Okay, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, and now I'm going to take you through the next progressive steps in the design of this wicker bed. And I just wanted to point it out to you that the black perforated irrigation tube that we purchased, it comes in a coil, and you know, like an electrical cable or any coil, when you get it, it's one of those things, even like a garden hose, you've got to unravel it first, get it all straight, get all the kinks and the natural tendency for it to recoil out of the system, and then start laying it in a pattern. And what I've done is, it doesn't need to be, you know, mathematically correct in any fashion, but if you just have a look down this end, you'll see that I started off with one end of the coil there, and I've allowed that to come up to the lip in one corner, so that'll be one opening where, if required, we can you know, fill the tube with water. I've hand bucketed in some gravel to hold that in place, and this gravel is 20mm aggregate, crushed rock if you like. There's nothing fancy about it. It cost me $70 per cubic metre plus $30 delivery in the truck. I got the guy to dump it in the shade, so it wasn't that much of a mission. But the beauty of using buckets to shovel it in is you don't potentially do any damage to the edge of your framework like you would lifting a heavy wheelbarrow of the stuff over. But it also allows you with buckets to be a little bit more precise in placing it into the actual bed itself, you know, more accurately, so it will hold the tube in place for you. And so effectively I've started from that end, and I've moved my way up, and just, like I said, there's no science to it really, it's just to get it in there. And I've used the gravel in a number of places to hold the coil and stop it trying to self-recoil in place, and I've worked my way around, and you can see how the coiling itself is relatively evenly spread throughout the bed. And I didn't quite have enough tube to do a full lap up the other end, but what I've done is the same thing at this end, and there's the other end in the opposite, diagonally opposite corner, where potentially this is the one that I'll use mostly to refill. But what's good is you can have a refill point at either end. I mean, the water, once it hits the bottom of this, is going to self, you know, hit equilibrium at an even level throughout the bed, but it doesn't hurt to have 2 points of entry for the water. This one here is going to be the one I'll use the most of, preferably because I've put it next to a water source rain tank that is fed off our shed roof. So anyway, that's the key. The bed itself consists, like volume wise, I've measured out, it's exactly 3 cubic metres. I've ordered 1 cubic metre of aggregate. The next thing for me is just to obviously get all that into the bed and evenly levelled, and we'll assess you know, how much is required after that. My initial calculations were a cubic metre of aggregate on the base, partition that off with the mulch cloth, and then put on top the growing medium of 2 cubic metres. So as we progress, I'll take some shots for you, and we'll step you through the process.